Nothing lead for the Milwaukee Brewers over the Chicago Cubs. Trophy is decked out in his throwback. Is it weird for a throwback to say throwback on the shoulder?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Does that make it is that like an imitation throwback?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you notice that, Kyle? Have you ever seen that before?
My sleeve says throwback. Yeah. Does that make it throwback?
Different.
Because I thought the point of a throwback is it looks like something.
Yeah.
So then,
But this doesn't really look that throwbacky. I mean, this is kind of like their 2010s.
Was this an in-stadium giveaway?
It wasn't a giveaway, no.
Okay.
This was an online purchase by yours
You know,
when
he
I was in
loves
college.
he loves to buy things from other countries.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is not...
Specifically jerseys, yes.
I'm not... Are you saying New Jersey's another country? Oh, you're saying jerseys, not Jersey being another country.
He likes the off-brand jerseys.
Yeah, this is...
He hates the American economy.
This is like...
You're right, Kyle. That's what I said.
I don't know what's beyond off-brand. This is like off the back of the truck brand is better than this brand. But
100%.
Kyle, what do you got going today?
I have a giveaway. I have the I think it's the Brewers little Brewmaster shirt.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, I actually love America, and
he
I
does.
wear my free stuff.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, loves his free stuff.
I do.
What do you
love
love
my
more,
free-
America or free stuff?
I got my NL Central Division Champs
Did you
shirt.
pay for that, or you get it for free?
I got it for free.
Me too.
I
got
wore
mine
my
too.
free October baseball shirt yesterday.
Did I
Yeah.
give you that?
Yeah, you did. Thanks.
Look at me passing around. I love free stuff, but I also love to give.
So, were you guys in the building yesterday?
I was not. I was at Henry Meyer Festival Park for Oktoberfest.
Felt like a boat day for Kyle yesterday.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
No. We went apple picking and watched the game from
Apple picking.
watched the game from a bar and then watched the game from a family event. Yes.
Did you go?
Yeah, I went to the game.
How was it?
It was awesome.
I heard the atmosphere
Was it free for you to get in?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it free for you to get in?
No, Strofe and I have been told that by our VP. Did he not tell us that? It's like I can't.
You got denied a credential?
I don't.
You applied for a credential,
We weren't
and you
offered.
applied for a credential throughout the year
offered
to
a
cover the
credential?
Brewers. You're a media person, and you don't go to games. You don't then just, I want to get a credential and go
Were
for
you at
free.
the game, Strofe? Did you get a credential?
No, I didn't.
Why didn't you get a credential?
I didn't deserve one.
Well, I deserve one.
Did you apply for one?
I'm going to
No, he
apply
didn't
for. I'm
apply
going to get
for one.
denied.
Of course he didn't apply.
I
for
hope
one.
you get denied.
Well, what is that?
Because the people who should get approved are people who cover the team throughout the
You
year.
don't get approved. You don't get approved. The people who've been supporting Milwaukee Brewers.
You know
since
who
back in
Yeah,
the day.
people have been out on their boats. People have been out on their boats
Yes,
all year.
Correct. Don't deserve to be in. You know who deserves to get in is Dom Catronio. It's Greg Matzik. It's Matty Hayes. Those are people that have been going all year.
Listen,
hey,
2 of the 3 people ain't
I've been to
from
15 of the 81. I went to at least 15 of the 81 home games this year.
here. I went to 2 or 3.
Yeah, exactly.
I made it to 8.
Either way, let's not talk about us. Let's talk about the Milwaukee Brewers because
Yeah.
it was awesome yesterday. I expected 30 to 40% Cubs fans there. I'd say it was somewhere in the 20%
good.
range.
That's good.
It was awesome. I had been to the Rams 49ers game on Thursday night.
Oh,
that
really?
was probably at least
Cool.
50% 49ers fans. So, you see in a game like that on Thursday Night Football, it adds to the environment, and it made it just that much more awesome. And so I don't mind Cubs fans coming up because I think it adds to the atmosphere and it makes Brewers fans that much more on their game to make sure that they're into the game from before the first pitch. But I thought it was a great job when you think about the population numbers, you think about the overall amount of wealth, you think about the way the Brewers made efforts to try to get the tickets into the hands of Brewers fans. I thought it was a great job for, if you look at the proximity within 75 miles of the ballpark, there just are more Chicago people than there are Milwaukee people. There's the population numbers dictate that. And so for it to be an 80% Milwaukee crowd was awesome. Before the first pitch, it was electric. First batter didn't go as planned. First inning, Freddie reared his old school head. Mm-hmm. But then, Fab Five, Freddie? Is that what we got, Kyle? Did we get Fab Five, Freddie? We got 5+ innings from Freddie. And
10 strikeouts?
Yeah, I think 9.
9 strikeouts?
9, but
He was electric.
the game was won by one player?
Jackson Churio.
Jackson Churio.
Oh, I disagree. Interesting.
William Contreras is your answer?
Nope.
And it's not your answer's not Freddie?
Nope.
No,
It was won by one player, and
Bryce-
it's
I'm
not
saying,
Jackson.
if you had to
Big-
pick-
Oh, yeah, big swing Bryce. Big swing Bryce.
No, I mean, Bryce struck out twice in the first 2 innings and also had an RBI double,
Correct.
which is
Yeah.
bizarre.
Very
Have
bizarre.
you ever seen that? A player strike out twice in the first 2 innings
Churio had 3 hits in the
and
first
have an
2 innings.
RBI double?
Yes. I mean, no, I'm saying not that, but I'm saying Churio got it going. Like Jackson Churio showed you his play. Dude struggled the last month of the year coming back from an injury, and just like that, he turned it on. He lives for those moments. He talked about the adrenaline. You can see it. He was the leadoff yesterday, and he led off in a great way and got the
Are we
Brewers
worried?
going.
Can we talk about it? Are we worried?
He said he's going to be okay. He's young.
He said that.
But there-
Pat
MRI's
Murphy
coming.
used the term devastated, so that's always going to make your stomach a little queasy.
Well, MRI. We'll see.
So you don't sound worried, which is good.
You
I don't
guys
know what
didn't
to
still
sound.
get the player.
It wasn't Bryce Terang?
No.
Who was it, Craig?
Yeah, just tell
Because
us.
this is based off of you, not based off of.
No, were you watching the game?
Yes.
Oh, is it BDD? Durbin?
No.
I give up.
yeah. I mean,
I've named half the
Yeah,
roster. What do you want
yeah.
from me here?
I wanted you to watch the game.
I did watch the game.
Craig, Jackson Churio got this team started, and then on
I
top of
picked
that,
somebody that went 3 for 3 with 3 RBI.
In 2 innings.
yeah,
Two
it
innings,
got
which
him
is
go-
unbelievable.
Got him going.
I know.
Apparently that's the wrong answer.
The right answer is Blake Perkins.
Oh,
sure,
he did play
sure.
well yesterday.
Well, so it was 3-1 with Blake Perkins at the plate. He worked a double-digit pitch at bat.
He
Yeah,
did.
10
He
or
did.
11.
Yep, 11 pitches, ends up with that base. Because remember, that was right after the Durbin strikeout. So there were now all of a sudden 2 outs. It was going to be 3-1. Perkins was going to get out. And then it was a 3-1, and we had a ball game. Instead, you have 11 pitches. You have Perkins get that hit. You have the crowd rocking. You all of a sudden have a 4-pitch walk to Ortiz. Then Churio gets the hit. Game over. Pitching change, all that. That happens because of that Blake Perkins at-bat. To me, that is the single at-bat yesterday that swung the game. And Blake Perkins, who I think we all think about more for what he does on the defensive side of the things, ends up with a huge at-bat that culminates in an RBI single, a 4-1 lead. But again, I think he gets some credit for that 4-pitch walk to Ortiz. And then Jackson Churio, again, was just fantastic. I mean, you said it, Kyle. He didn't have the best September. He looked good right when he came back. Like, he came back in that Toronto series, right? And all of a sudden hit a game-winning home run. He and Yelly went back-to-back. And we realized, oh, my God, the Brewers won 14 games in a row. And the last time they had back-to-back home runs was when Churio was healthy. And it's like, oh, wow. They might even be better than this 14. Is availability going to be in this series, and what's Jackson Churio's availability going to be moving forward?
Yeah, that's obviously the big. I don't know if I want to use the word concern because hearing him,
Yeah,
it made me feel
concern.
a little bit
No,
better.
it's concern.
But it made me feel a little bit better because
It's
he sounded
concern.
like he was ready to rock.
Yeah, he walked off the field aggressively, not like when he was, when they showed him in the dugout, but it's still very different. And hamstrings, especially since it was the same one as Pat Murphy said, I just don't know how you can't categorize it as concerning.
Yeah. The good news is he never grabbed anything. He didn't go down. As you mentioned, he walked off after the game. He sounded like he was good to go.
21.
We'll just
21-year-old.
fingers crossed it was just
Cool
precautionary. They said, hey, man, I saw, when they were showing him, conversing at first base before he left the game, one of the coaches kind of put his hand over his mouth. And I imagine he may have said something to the effect of, Jackson, we're kicking their ass. You can leave the game. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen this team be unselfish in that way. So I think Jackson would not want to be out there if he was going to jeopardize himself long-term for the season or the team. And I do think the score and all that may have made it a faster decision, but I don't know that that's a reason not to be concerned.
Yeah.
Right? I think the biggest reason not to be concerned is that we saw the Brewers win 14 games in a row without Jackson Churio. And that Jackson Churio may be the best player on this team, but that Jackson Churio is not an essential player in the way that this team was built that no single player seems to be.
Yeah.
And I think one of the best examples you could take of this is think about the team that eliminated the Brewers last year from the postseason. They added Juan Soto.
They missed the playoffs.
He lived up to the hype and ended up, if you look at it, he had a historic season, and also decided to lead the league in like stolen bases or something, like out of nowhere.
Really?
Like he went like 38. Like the guy had never run in his life, and I'm just gonna add a total new skill set to myself. All of a sudden, I don't know if he led it, but
He led the National League.
yeah, I mean, Juan Soto did all of that, and by the way, they're not a postseason team.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows you in baseball, it is so different than these other sports where you say, like, okay, the most important person on an NFL football field as the quarterback is likely going to dictate and swing the game. Juan Soto, you could pay all that money, it doesn't happen. In the NBA, if you're going to have a Giannis, if you're going to have the Joker, if you're going to have Luka, it's going to swing every single game they're in. So I think that's the thing that makes you not as concerned, is just the idea that in baseball, one guy, especially if it's not a pitcher, is not going to swing each individual game. And this team is not built like the 2020 Brewers.
No.
Where
I heard you rattle through that on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy the other day.
That
Was
is
that
insane.
2021 lineup you
the
ran
2020.
through? Horrible.
I mean, it's worth going through
Yes,
again.
You pull it up, but I would just say to your point, in the spirit of optimism, there's proof of concept with that Jackson Chourio too, right? To your point, they won those 14 games in a row without him, and this team is just constructed in a way, and I saw Chef Ed text in with the stats from yesterday, where they don't necessarily need the long ball to win. They scored 9 runs yesterday without a home run, and everybody chipped in. You mentioned how big Blake Perkins was. We talk about guys like Bryce Terang and Caleb Durbin with timely big hits yesterday to effectively end that game in the second inning. So, obviously, you want Jackson Chourio to be back as soon as possible, but there's proof of concept that they can win without him, which should make you feel at least a little bit better.
All right.
Here in the DS. All right, go ahead.
Kyle, legendary Brewers team, one of the great teams of all time that made the playoffs in 2020. Okay? Here's the game for you guys.
Oh, boy.
I'll say the last name of the player, you say the first name.
yeah.
Or no, let's do it the other way.
Say the first name we have to say.
I'll say the first name, you say the last name.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Okay? Leading off and playing center field for the Brewers, Avisail
Garcia.
Yes.
Yes.
Batting second and playing left field, Christian.
Yelly.
Batting third and playing first base, Jed.
Yurko.
That's because you heard it on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Would you have really remembered Jed Yorko?
No.
Can you spell Jed Yorko?
The first name is 1D, I think.
No,
J-E-D,
it's
is it
2
two
Ds.
And then last name is Gyorko.
That is correct. Cleanup, your DH, Ryan.
Braun.
No.
No, it was Ryan, black guy, right?
Ryan Healy.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the big black first baseman.
Yeah.
That sounds
You're thinking of
odd.
Thames?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of a different guy.
The shortstop,
Before that.
batting fifth, Orlando.
Garcia.
That he was batting fifth,
Wow.
batting sixth, and playing second base, Keston.
Oh,
Hera.
boy.
He was good
Keston
back
Hera.
then.
No, he wasn't.
He was good.
Comparatively, I think he was.
That
Batting
was one good
seventh.
Guess who he was back then?
60-game season.
Batting seventh. This guy's not a black guy either, Kyle. Tyrone.
Oh yeah, Taylor.
Yes.
I liked him. He's still in the league,
Yeah.
right?
Well, Tyrone wasn't mixed. Wasn't that?
No. That's what happens when you just read the box scores and don't watch the games.
Oh.
Batting eighth, Luis.
Where's he playing?
Urias.
Yes, at
Urias.
third base.
But I'll read the box scores.
Yeah. And batting ninth and catching, Jacob.
Ooh. Jacob. That one I can't recall.
I think when you did this the other morning, I was just stuck on the disgust of hearing Jed Yorko's name.
And Ryan Healy batting cleanup.
Ryan Healy,
That's why I
yeah.
said Braun.
Yeah.
That just made the most sense.
But Brian Braun might have been retired.
He
by
was.
now.
No, he
No, he
played
still
in
played in
game
20.
one.
He did.
Um,
Dang, Ryan Braun played in 2020.
what was the guy's first name? The catcher,
Is it
Jacob.
Jacob.
I have no idea.
Jacob Nottingham.
Nottingham, yeah. He was supposed to be, because he came over in the trade for the outfielder from Oakland. And I thought he was going to be good.
Yo, that was
That
their
was a
lineup.
playoff team.
That was, I mean, and the playoffs were expanded that year because of COVID.
We had no hope
Because it was only a 60-game.
There was no
season,
offense on that team.
Wow.
And their record wasn't great.
Yeah. No, I mean, but I'm saying like that's why with this team, I had said it on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. My whole point was this team will score against the Cubs, even though this Cubs pitching was historically good against the Padres. Cubs gave up less runs per game than in any playoff series in the last 100 years that they had played. But I believe this Brewers offense is deep enough, takes enough pitches. Yesterday we saw aggressive enough, right? It wasn't about taking pitches. It was being aggressive early, and then it was about Perkins being able to foul off all those pitches.
Right.
And so I really believe it's much more about this bullpen and about this pitching staff who's dealt with a ton of injuries, and some people disagreed with some of the guys who made the roster and some of the guys who didn't. There's some Tobias Myers and DL Hall fans that were a little sad about how the final roster turned out. But I think it's much more about the Brewers pitching in the series because I believe this offense has shown over time that it is deep enough, even if Jackson Chourio has to miss a few games to score some runs. We'll talk more Brewers. We will talk about some of the wacky stuff going on in Indianapolis. And Jason Wilde is going to join us. Jason on a bye week?
Yeah, that is the plan. I mean, I can let him know.
All right. That sounds confident. We'll have more as we continue at Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Keep it to WTMJ as the Brewers fight their way to a pennant throughout the run of the playoffs. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
We all have someone we know or love that has been affected by some form of cancer.
No matter how well you love and support them and try to be there for them, you can never really know what a person is feeling after hearing the words, "You have breast cancer."
Only another person that has been through this experience can really understand what it feels like.
ABCD, After Breast Cancer Diagnosis, is a Milwaukee-based organization known around the world.
When someone calls ABCD, they are matched with a mentor who is a breast cancer survivor of similar age and has the same type of breast cancer who can provide hope when people need it the most.
Kessler's is excited to announce that we've designed 3 new Hope pendants to honor breast cancer patients, survivors, thrivers, and caregivers.
100% of the net proceeds, along with an additional donation from Kessler's, will support ABCD when you purchase the symbol of hope.
You can find a link with more information about ABCD, along with all 3 modern designs starting at just $75 in sterling silver and $598 in gold, online at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Homer for Window Nation. It's October, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, it's a big deal, and they can do it so quickly. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here from my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
CUBS.com.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School open house is Sunday, October 12th. Become part of the CMH tradition and make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 12th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. Awarded for academic excellence, a rich tradition of athletic success, and an experience rooted in faith. Find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet the faculty and coaches, learn all about the opportunities available for your student. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
Saturday, October 11th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Mentality is hosting a health fair at 2323 North Mayfair Road in Wauwatosa. Take a free cognitive test, the first of its kind FDA-approved brain health screening in just 10 minutes, and get labs with a donation. Plus amazing giveaways, and here's the best part. It all supports Ignite the Spirit, helping Milwaukee's firefighters and their families. Mentality clinics are backed by science and delivered with care. Mark your calendar for Mentality's Milwaukee Health Fair, Saturday, October 11th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Be there.
Kyle Broston Northman, KBN.
The results speak for themselves, and either you're going to jump on board or you're going to find out why they are who they are.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
To eat turkey, 'cause it's good. Love to eat turkey like a good boy should, 'cause it's turkey to eat. So good.
Perkins, line drive, back up the middle, base hit. Vaughn will score. Freeland goes to third. It's 4-1. Blake Perkins delivers on the 11th pitch of the at-bat.
All I hear is clapping.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Adam Sandler?
Turkey for you.
You guys fans?
Turkey in my big brown shoe.
Going tonight?
I'm not. Are you?
Yes.
Oh, nice. You've had a busy week.
Saw a movie with Betty.
We don't need to get into my week's busy.
Well,
you already told us.
You did just subtly drop you were in LA on Thursday night. We're back in studio with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I wasn't subtly dropping it. I was referencing that I was at a game where there were more away fans. It was relevant to the conversation.
Adam Sandler tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we know.
Big weekend.
Yeah, I think it was a nice little drop that I was there. I mean, we all
I wasn't doing. No,
that was a humble brag.
No, it wasn't. It was not a humble brag. It was talking about. It was talking about being in stadiums and the vibe of stadiums.
I got a question.
No,
come on, come on.
It's just a show.
Oh, did I drive people home from homecoming at 1:30 last night in the morning? Yes, I did.
You're so tired.
I'm not tired.
You look a little tired.
I played tennis this morning at 7 a.m. at 8 a.m.
So you barely slept last night.
No, I slept great.
What time was your flight from LA?
Midnight.
And you got back here when?
I landed in Chicago at 6.
You flew into Chicago?
Have you slept in the last 3 days?
Yeah, I've slept a ton. I didn't sleep that night. And by the way, I drove straight in to get Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You were in studio.
Wait, what did you do? And you went to the Brewers game yesterday. So so you slept Friday?
Slept Friday night, and I slept last night.
Good for you.
Barely. Because you had homecoming driving duties, apparently.
Yeah.
You woke up to go pick up.
I slept from 2 to 7.
Okay, that's all right. That's a good night's sleep. Okay.
I'm not like going out and drinking like you every weekend. I'm getting a good night's sleep.
Who said I do that every weekend?
You drink every weekend.
Who said that?
I hear it in the live reads.
You do.
Door County Distillery, your supporting partners.
Of course, you got
quite a bit. So, Craig, wait. Why are kids staying out to 1:30 in the morning?
It was homecoming.
What is going on at 1:30 in the morning for children?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? That's what time I leave the club at.
I feel like that's a normal time for homecoming festivities to end. The dance probably ends around 11?
I don't know. They went to
and they probably go get like waffles.
They went to someone's house and then they went to someone else's house and I was the driver and it was fun and they're
pizzas.
good kids.
Yeah, they're good kids, Kyle. What's your problem with the good kids?
No, 1:30 in the morning, not the Wallace kids. You at home before midnight.
Kids.
One day
on homecoming night, you can't
maybe 12:30.
And by the way, and then when they go to college and you have no say,
they're adults. They want to do what they want to do.
I know, but you don't want to prepare them and ramp up. You want it to be like, you can't be out until 8 o'clock at night, and then they go to college and they're going crazy and they're going wild.
Or they could go to college and say, oh boy, guys, 1 o'clock in the morning. This is late for me. Okay. I gotta get home. I gotta study for.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
what you were doing.
That's what the Wallace kids are gonna say.
I bet that's what you were doing.
That's what the Wallace kids are going to say.
The next generation is always better than the previous.
That I could agree with.
I agree with that.
Speaking of which, Jason Wilde will be joining us in
He should,
moments.
because there's a lot of Packers news that we need to talk
What?
about.
There's no Packers news.
Hot on.
What's going on with what news is there with the Packers?
What's in your mind?
Are we still not upset about this game on last week?
Was that news? That's not news.
I mean, it's important.
Working with Kyle every day, Craig, you'll learn he's very far behind on the news cycle.
Yeah, well, but no,
that's inaccurate.
Like, I wouldn't be shocked if he just learned that game ended in a tie.
Very inaccurate.
because he just got off the boat.
Yeah, we call him.
He was on the yacht.
We call him 48 Hours Wallace because he'll come to show prep with something that was 2 days old.
That's not. Strope is the biggest liar in the world. Show prep.
Is that not your nickname on their show?
No, it's because I hear about burgers 48 hours later, or I hear about something about some random thing.
Yeah,
that
it's
has
not about
nothing to do with-
sports. Kyle is prepared. You're taking a personal attack on the man's career integrity.
Thank you.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Thank you.
I agree with you for the record.
Yeah. So Kyle, what Packers news is going on?
What are you hot on?
No, for me, I'm just still thinking about this Green Bay Packers team and what happened on Sunday. I personally,
the only question is to me is
the defense
right? Is this
good or
the
not?
best defense in the NFL, or is this just like a typical defense? And I'm not saying they're like a bad defense just because that one game, because the Cowboys have a great offense, and even without CeeDee Lamb, they've been able to show that they can put up points and put up yards. So the real question is this a special title contention defense, or is this just a typical
What do you
defense?
think? You still think they're championship level good?
I don't think they're in that 4 or 5 team group. I think
defensively only.
No, overall, I think they're in the 10 teams now.
They are in the 10 teams, and the thing for me is,
Wait, they're outside of the 6-7.
Yeah, I'm saying there's 10. I don't think it's even like close. I think they're 10. Like
you think they're 10. You don't think they're closer to 5
I'm saying
and 10?
I'm saying right now, if I'm saying, like, I just watched the Rams play the other night. Like, Rams similar. Like they're in that mix with a lot of different teams now.
We're better than the Rams, though.
Why?
Well, hold on.
We're better than the Rams. Just lost to a team with Mac Jones at quarterback.
We lost to Joe Flacco, who's been benched.
No.
To Joe Flacco and basically 2 games in a row proved that when you had the dominant team on the field, you weren't going to win, and that's what the Rams did too. They were clearly the better team, and they didn't show up for a game on short rest that they were way better than the other team because they were banged up.
Important. My biggest thing about this Green Bay Packers team, I feel like we gave a lot of heat to Bisaccia, well deserved. We gave a lot of heat to LaFleur, well deserved. But I just don't feel like we talked about Jeff Hafley and his inability to adjust and how stubborn he was with the fact that they weren't getting home with 4 and they decided not to. They only sent their inside linebackers 5 times on a blitz in that game where you could not get to the quarterback. That is inexcusable. And you saw your corners getting cooked.
Yeah, I thought the corners were so good after the Washington game. And so, all right, let's talk to Jason Wilde about it. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
The Fall Trade-Up event is happening now at CUNIS. With winter on the horizon, trade up now to a new, safe, and reliable vehicle. We'll do whatever it takes to make a deal at nearby Milwaukee Metro CUNIS locations in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and the new CUNIS Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. We have huge incentives and discounts on the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Thinking pre-owned? We have over 2,500 in stock with payments for every budget. Plus, check out our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of CUNIS of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of CUNIS of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear lifetime powertrain warranty included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Don't miss the Fall Trade-Up event. Start your search online at CUNISMilwaukee.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you've played the rest. Now play the best.
Best Marquette games ever, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. The best regular season win ever. Marquette beat the #1 team in the country and the defending national champion. Villanova was both in January of 2017. Marquette won 74-72, though trailed by 17, and needed a 19-4 run at the end of the game. Caden Reinhardt, game-winning 2 free throws, 11 seconds left. Oh, baby, you bet the fans ran on the court. Should be required when you beat the current #1 and the defending national champ on the same night. If you're a company owner offering medical insurance for your employees, you may be sick and tired of the constant increase in rates or change in benefits. Now's the time to take a look at a different type of plan. At Saganiac Planning, it's called level funding, an opportunity to keep premiums low and possibly receive a return of your premiums. For more on level funding, call Steve Llewellyn, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9.
Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is Tanas Antetokounmpo. Download the new ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. So much Hanukkah to celebrate Hanukkah.
Here's the pitch. Drops down, a line drive down the right field line. That'll score Churio. Terang into second base. Back-to-back doubles, and we're tied 1-1.
Crazy nights.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Without a Christmas tree. Here's a list of people who are Jewish. Just like you and me.
So when you were coming up, Craig, hearing
David Lee Roth,
hearing Adam Sandler was like, oh my gosh, representation?
No, not representation at all. Like, I didn't view representation. For me, this, like, when his CD came out and we were in high school, like, listening to that CD over and over and over again. Like, it was like, because Eddie Murphy had been, like, the comedy, like, thing, and that was, like, junior high, like, whatever. And then there wasn't anything that, like, as a kid, to me, resonated. There was, like, the Jerky Boys who did, like, prank phone calls and stuff. By the way, Dylan Gabriel hits David Njoku for a touchdown.
Oh, they took the lead then? Or
Browns go up.
Oh,
yes, 16-14, extra point pending.
Picked them to cover today.
Third quarter in Tottenham Stadium. So how about that as a debut for the non-Shedeur Sanders rookie quarterback? So, yeah, so to me, Adam Sandler, and I do, like, when, you know, you ask how people identify, I identify as, like, 50% Adam Sandler and 50% Chris Paul. That's, like, how
when you think of yourself?
When I think about myself, yeah. That's how I think about myself.
But naturally, I need to ask the follow-up.
Nope. The follow-up is that Jason Wilde joins us now. Good morning, Jason.
Hello, Jason.
Chris Paul because you're such a good point guard?
His competitiveness, his competitive spirit, his point guard, the leadership, who he is, how he carries himself, his approach to his family.
He's a commander. That's what I love about
his approach to his family, his approach, his size, not letting his size be a deterrent in any way. Like, I think both he and Sandler, to me, are, again, you add them up, and that's kind of how I identify myself.
So were he and Ray Allen in the same draft class?
No. Chris Paul was in the same draft class. Number 1 was Andrew Bogut.
Yep.
Number 2 was Marvin Williams. Then you had Chris Paul and Darren Williams,
was that
3
the
and
year
4.
Before LeBron, then that was 02 then, or was it the year after? 04?
It was 05, right? Or 04?
It had to be. I think it was either year after or year before.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm way off. I knew there was a buck that they took.
It was Bogut.
Yeah, Andrew Bogut.
I couldn't remember who it was.
Can't get mad at the Bucks for that.
I
know.
I argued on that one hard.
So you want to CP3 because Marvin Williams I never
because
liked.
I was in Milwaukee and at the time,
young man in Milwaukee,
Rick Majerus was saying Marvin Williams or Darren Williams, which was controversial because he had coached Bogut at Utah.
Yeah, he did.
And I was saying Chris Paul was like a generational talent.
You thought that, huh?
Yeah. The first time I saw him at Wake Forest, I was like, oh my God, this guy's.
But bigs were like still a thing.
Yeah. It was
back
then point guard. It wasn't even a thought. Like, I think people believed he probably was the best player, he or Darren Williams, but you weren't going to draft a point guard number 1 back then. Jason, I now have the Packers in like a group of 10 teams instead of the 4 or 5 and 6 and 7. Like, I watched the Rams play the other night. They remind me of each other. They're teams that, when they don't have the urgency, can lose to teams that are worse than them. They have quarterbacks who are super capable. They have solid defenses, but not elite defenses. Things have changed pretty quickly in how we're assessing the Packers.
Yeah, and I think they'll probably change multiple times again as we move forward, right? I don't believe the representation of that defense that we saw.
Wow, by the way, sorry to interrupt. This is pretty big NFL news. Brock Bowers inactive today for the Oakland Raiders.
Las Vegas.
The Las Vegas Raiders. Tight end 1, not just for the Raiders, but maybe in the NFL right now. Does that mean tight end 1 is another rookie this year? Does that mean Warren has become tight end 1 in the NFL?
Very possible.
Yeah. Never mind. I was going a whole different direction.
So Bowers out today, was questionable, expected to play as of yesterday, will not play today. Back to you, Jason.
Well, he's been dealing with a PCL injury, which is the injury that everyone was crushing Jair Alexander for not playing through, and he tried to do it, and it has not been a great thing for him. So interesting that would be the decision with him today, because I was talking to somebody, because look, there's a lot of people that have strong opinions on Jair Alexander, obviously. They don't think about him as much anymore because he's not here, but a person I was talking to is pretty knowledgeable on this stuff and said that his injury not only was legit, but it was really problematic. So, those are tough to deal with, and Brock Bowers probably doing the smart thing, kind of like, it's hard to do, but Zach Tom should have done the smart thing and not played in the Browns game as well. So, that's the
and Bowers has not been effective since the injury,
right.
like in week
Exactly.
1. Like, he didn't finish the game strong in week 1, and then since then he's obviously been effective.
PCLs are tough, really tough.
Yeah. So back to the defense. I just don't believe that that's who they are. I feel like that Cowboys offense is better than we were probably giving it credit for. I thought Dak Prescott played really, really well. I thought he did a phenomenal job of getting the ball out of his hand, because while the rest of the Packers didn't generate a pass rush, his old teammates certainly did. So I just thought that was a game where they're better than what they look like, but on that night they certainly weren't.
I get that, but it still is an offense with no CeeDee Lamb. And, I mean, do you think that meant like they just didn't show much and they kind of went with a vanilla scheme, and that's why against better teams you should expect more?
Yeah, I don't know if I feel that way, Craig. I mean, certainly without CeeDee Lamb, that's a big deal. I've also seen the Packers win a game in Arizona where they played without like 3 of their top 4 wide receivers, including Devontae Adams. Like sometimes teams do elevate their games.
Well, that's when they had
kind of a situation.
That was
they did have Aaron Rodgers, no doubt about it.
Yeah. I was going to say that was
different.
That was what's his name's coming out, right? The cornerback, the free
Rasul Douglas.
I kept wanting to call him Rasul Butler.
Yeah.
I want to call him Rasul Butler. That's why I didn't say his name. Yeah, Rasul Douglas. That was his big coming out party.
Yeah. So again, I think we'll see more from the Packers defense as we move forward. But it was certainly, and look, in fairness, Jeff Hafley tried to warn us. Like, I think he could even sense that we were getting carried away with talking about how good his defense was and how they were, in his opinion, still very much a work in progress. And so, unfortunately for him, he was right.
But, Jason, we're not going to compare it to the 49ers playoff game and the Browns game where we said it didn't look like the team could score, and then all of a sudden the special teams play, the block kick, the whatever happens. But, I mean, it felt like that again, right? Where, like, they couldn't score, and then, of all things, an extra point gets blocked, and that swings an entire 2.5 quarters of a football game?
No, and you made that comp, and I totally agreed with it. Like, it is. Like, the stakes weren't as high. We all agree on that.
Yeah.
It wasn't win or go home, but the vibe and the way they played and what was the turning point in the game, like, you had made that comp about the Browns game, and that was, I thought, really apt. But again, in this instance, the special teams continue to be an issue, and I was really disappointed, frankly, that they didn't make the coordinators available like they normally do during the bye week.
By the way, the best is Jason. You could tell when Jason says he's disappointed, it's never with how a team played or anything. It's always like with if they made people available for him. I love it, Jason. I could just hear it in your voice.
Yeah, and let me be clear. Like, it didn't impact my bye week at all that they didn't make Rich Bisaccia available. What it did do is prevent us from asking the kinds of questions that Packers fans like Kyle really want asked. And that's why it irritates me. Like, I was able to conjure up some decent stories for channel3000.com. We were able to have some smart conversations about the Packers on Wilde and Tausch. We talked more Brewers than our audience is accustomed to, and I did field some YouTube commenters' complaints that they weren't getting sufficient Packers talk during the bye week. And I would have had more ammunition to have those conversations had those guys been available, because I would have also liked to have talked to Jeff Hafley and say, hey, man, what the heck? I mean, that would have been my brilliant question, but I thought you guys were better than this. And I would have been curious how he would have answered that.
So what's your big question for Rich Bisaccia as it stands right now entering the bye week?
Rich, when you came here, we all knew your reputation. We all came with expectations because of that. I think you feel good about your kicker, your punter, and your long snapper. But beyond that, how do you feel about where your special teams units are now? And have you been the positive that you envisioned your special teams being during these 4 seasons?
Oh, now I know why they didn't make them available. That's a terrible question to have to answer.
Right. Exactly. I mean, if they're not dumb, I'm sure they knew that was something I wanted to ask. And look, let's not pretend that I'm the only one who thought to ask that.
Right.
But that's the kind of stuff that, again, and Tausch got after Rob Domofsky a little bit, and I thought it was actually fair. Usually I would defend Rob. But, Rob said that it shouldn't matter that he's one of the highest paid coordinators in the league. And Tausch's point is, no, that shows what you are expecting from him. And if you're not getting that, then that does factor into the way you view his work.
No, I'm with Rob on that one. I mean,
I don't know, man.
You expect
money in the
so you're
NFL
saying
is respect.
so you're saying you'd be okay if special team sucked if they had the lowest paid guy? You'd be like, oh, you know what? It's fine. I don't mind the block kick.
But to Jason's point, it comes with the expectations, and I think it amplifies the disgust for the lack of performance.
I mean, but the difference of $400,000 in the scope of these multi-billion-dollar enterprises. Who cares if Bisaccia? I mean, how much does he make, Jason? How much does he make, Jason?
2.2.
$2.2 million. Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you know how many people on that team make $2.2 million who I can't even name?
But hold on a minute, because I think you're ignoring the reception and the introduction when Rich Bisaccia was hired in Green Bay. He was brought in to fix the crap.
So is every coordinator, every position coach. I don't care how much they make.
It's gotten worse, and he's the highest paid in the National
But there's no
Football League.
salary cap. Like, I understand if you're saying the quarterback makes this much, so you expect that.
Or $2.2 million. He's the highest paid in the National Football League. That comes with expectations.
Yeah, Stroke has a point.
If I may,
you may.
If I may,
you may.
He's hot.
This is yes, he clearly is. This is the reason it matters, Craig, in my opinion, is that the Packers historically have been so negligent in how much priority they had placed on the special teams, and they got what they paid for, right? I mean, to me, that's the whole
Would you say they've been negligent in bringing wide receivers to Green Bay?
No.
Well, they haven't used first-round picks.
No, you look at right, but wait a minute now. So when they hired him, it was with a huge by the organization. Like, they didn't announce he's going to be the highest paid, but everyone knew that he cost a pretty penny to get. And the messaging was, we are done screwing around with special teams. It's cost us. We need to do something different. Remember, he was hired in the aftermath of that game you just mentioned, that playoff game when they were the number one seed and they were eliminated in large part because of a special teams play. Their offense sucked that day. Don't get me wrong, that deserves a bunch of criticism too. But my point is that the hiring of him and his salary was indicative of a new mentality about special teams. This was, we are finally done, what is it, FAFO-ing, and we are finally going to do something about this. We have found out that special teams costs us. And it's not like this was breaking news, right? I mean, the failure to handle the onside kick in the 2014 NFC Championship game, getting beat on a fake field goal in that same game. Like, they have had a systemic, our special teams stink for the last 20-plus seasons. Like, they need to get Nolan Cromwell, their special teams coordinator on the 1996 team, out of retirement at 72 years old and see if he'd be interested in coming back. Because that's the last time they had a special teams coordinator that you could say was really, really good.
Are the Brewers negligent in not paying Craig Counsell the money that he's being paid by the Cubs and just settling for whatever they're paying the guy who's managing them right now? Are they not prioritizing management of the team? Whoever that guy is who's managing the Brewers?
Look, I mean, let's be honest. If Pat Murphy doesn't turn out to be as incredibly good at this as he is, are they where they are with the same talent? Does the manager matter or not? Because I was watching, he was talking with Bob Costas, and I was actually going to send this to you, Craig, because we talk so much at GKB about having the right people and the culture. And I thought his answer to Bob Costas, who was talking about how fundamentally sound they are and all this other stuff, and he was talking about, we have the right people. And I thought his answer was amazing. But that's part of him, too. I'm not...
Right, and I guess my point is you can do that. Like, Rich Bisaccia, if he was the 10th highest paid coach or the 30th or the 1st, to me it doesn't change the fact that we all know special teams matters. Whether the Packers are paying a lot for it or a little of it, you expect it from all the people on your team. It's one of the three phases.
But the amount they're paying him shows a change in approach to it. That's the difference. That's why it matters. You're right. I don't care what Rich Bisaccia makes. And if I'm a Packers fan, I wouldn't care either if my special teams didn't suck for the last 20 years, paying guys basically around the minimum wage. The whole message that they sent by paying him was, this guy's different. Our attitude is different. We recognize now that we have to invest in this area that we haven't been investing in. And that's the message that it sent, and the results have been eerily similar to all the other guys that you had when you did not seem to be investing and you did not seem to value it.
You know what you can
and that's why it matters.
You know what you can invest in today, because it's a beautiful Sunday and it's a bye week? Maybe a trip to Door County, to Door County Distillery.
Yeah, that'd be a good choice. Maybe that's what I'll get into. We'll find out, though, Craig. Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally, of course, in beautiful Door County in Carlsville, just north of Sturgeon Bay. Whiskeys, rums, gins, vodkas, brandies, whatever you need, mixing it up on maybe our final beautiful Sunday of the calendar year. Check out their website, doorcountydistillery.com. Find the retailer nearest you, and a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. It's on their website, doorcountydistillery.com.
More with Jason Wilde as we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. While the green and gold have been doing some off-roading.
That was poorly managed. Almost lost the game before they had a chance to tie.
It was like watching a slow-motion car crash in front of your face, where I'm just looking at the clock and I'm like, oh my God.
It's time for the Pack to get back into the fast lane. Get all your Packers bye-week coverage right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School open house is Sunday, October 12th. Become part of the CMH tradition and make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 12th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. Awarded for academic excellence, a rich tradition of athletic success, and an experience rooted in faith. Find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet the faculty and coaches, learn all about the opportunities available for your student. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
Imagine your home totally organized. At Closets by Design, we specialize in providing affordable, custom-built storage solutions with built-ins and beyond, from garages to new home offices. Our experienced designers work within your budget to design a solution fit perfectly to your needs. Get 40% off plus an additional 15% with 18-month financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to get started. Let's get organized together.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
This is Mike and Michelle Grau from Professional Construction Inc.,
a.k.a. PCI.
Around here, they're the same thing, like Friday fish fry and a good old-fashioned.
We're the Waukesha neighbors you see at the grocery store. Friday night football games, and yes, in your kitchen, making that space better than ever.
For us, PCI isn't just a name. It's family, it's community. It's putting our heart into every build and remodel.
PCI, for all your construction needs. Visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Want to play your best golf ever? The Wisconsin Country Club just launched WCC Performance Academy, powered by Catalyst Golf Performance and Aritas Physical Therapy. TrackMan, 3D Motion, Miha EMS, everything to move better, feel stronger, and shoot lower scores. Train like a pro or like an athlete. Play pain-free. I'm ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. Become a member at Wisconsin Country Club like I did. No assessments, no minimums, and a beautiful, challenging course and great corporate membership opportunities, plus tennis, pickleball, and a pool. Visit thewisconsincountryclub.com. Just a fairway away.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 800-990-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Line drive left center. That one's headed towards the gap and into the gap it goes. Terang will score. Contreras slides into second. It's 2-1 Milwaukee. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight doubles.
Think everybody's a robot, and all my conversations are being recorded. And you don't mind that all my hands are waiting.
Adam Sandler tonight at Fiserv Forum. Jason Wilde with us now on Sunday Karma. So, by the way, Browns continue to lead 17-14 in the fourth quarter in London at Tottenham Stadium. A back and forth one between the Vikings and the Browns. Of course, anytime Carson Wentz and Dylan Gabriel get together, you expect a good one.
Did Carson go back in the game? Because Max Brosmer ended up they're saying because they said Carson limped off.
Oh, okay, I did
I
not.
missed that.
He has Carson Wentz is the only one to have thrown a pass besides Cam Akers in the game today, who has the only touchdown pass for the Minnesota Vikings. For those of you who did start Carson Wentz today,
why would you start a quarterback like that against this Browns defense?
You might be in a 2-quarterback
Yeah, I'm in a
league.
2-quarterback league. That would be the only reason. I mean,
got it. Oh, I'm in a 2-quarterback league, and Lamar Jackson is out, and Aaron Rodgers is on bye, and so Tua, go crazy.
You're in a 0-quarterback league this week?
Go crazy, Tua.
Who? Real quick for all of you, in a 2-quarterback league, I got Geno Smith, Trevor Lawrence, and Jackson Dart.
Sorry to hear that.
I think
Geno and Dart.
I'm 3-1. Who do you go those two?
Geno and Dart.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
What was the third one before Jackson?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, Trevor.
Trevor against the Chiefs, I just don't.
I'm not a Trevor Lawrence believer,
and
despite them being off to a good start this year.
And Jackson's going to use his legs.
Yeah. So
Dart's kind of electric.
So Jason, you're not saying that the Cowboys game is more of who you think the Packers defense is. So, I mean, as you think about ahead to next week, what are you expecting? Because the Bengals aren't good. So is it like, all right, they win 42-13 and we still have no idea what this team is?
Well, I still don't know what their offense is though either, right? Like,
oh, really?
I feel like they were bad against the Browns. They had significant lulls in those first two games, right? That you felt like, okay, like Jordan Love's got some really good stats, and Strofe and I were talking about this on Weekly Wildy, but it almost doesn't feel like he's been as good as he's been because of the critical mistakes at the end of the last two games, one that was a loss and one that felt like a loss, right? I mean, the way he managed the final 30 seconds in Dallas and throwing the interception, and everybody loves they should just run it into the line and punt it and they would have won the Browns game. Again, as we talked about, I get that, but you pay a guy $55 million a year. There again is the financial component. Your expectation is he is going to be able to get that play to be at the worst an incompletion.
And Jason, again, my point is that's fair because there's a salary cap on players. There's not on coaches. So I'm fine to go with that on when you're talking about the players.
Just to rehash that discussion.
Yes, just to bring that argument back.
Just wanted to make sure I was clear on that.
Yeah.
So So I just, like, they haven't run the ball well at all for 3.5 games, and then they finally got the running game going in the second half, and Josh Jacobs averaged 5 yards a carry. He's still averaging like 3.3 for the season. Like, I just don't know what their offensive identity is.
All right, so I'm gonna play the 48-hour Kyle here, and be behind the news cycle a little bit. So was Jacobs a little tired, or what was the reason he wasn't in on those possessions late in the game?
Yeah, it's a great question. Again, not something that I got an answer on.
Okay, so I wasn't. I thought I was behind the news cycle, and we got those answers, and I just missed.
I know he got spiked, and so he had to get stitches during the game, which may have factored into why they didn't play him when the game was on the line.
I mean, but Emmanuel Wilson was really good in that spot.
Yeah, he was.
I would agree with that too.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know if it was coach's decision, because Emmanuel Wilson looked good, and he had fresh. And if he had fresh legs and he looked good, or if it was something else.
Yeah, I don't think it was solely he had he was injured. Or that he looked good. I think it was probably a little combination of both, but I was surprised that he was not in as well, put it that way.
So, Jason, as we do look at the quarter mark of the season, I mean, it's pretty bizarre, right? Like, you think about the schedule from the day it's released, and you're like, win, loss. You're looking at that, and you're like, all right, 2 really tough games, and then 2 easier games, which all of a sudden got easier than even expected based on how the season started. So do we know anything more about this team through a quarter of the season than we knew before it started?
Yeah, to me, that's what's incredible. And we all do that exercise when the schedule comes out, and rightfully so. And you might have, I don't know if anybody had them at 2-1-1, but you might have had them at 2-2, right? And it would have been 2 completely different games that they won. Oh, they're going to, come on, the Browns are the Browns, and Dallas isn't going to be any good. Look at what a train wreck they are. Like, you would have said they were winning those 2, and you would have had doubts about the 2 that they won at home. I thought they would split those first 2 games, and then I thought they'd be 3-1 after 4 going into the bye. And that's not what they are. And again, I'm trying to figure out at the same time, was it just so difficult for the Lions with their new coordinators on both sides of the ball to hit the ground running? Because they look nothing like the team that we saw on September 7th, right? They don't on either side of the ball. And I thought LaFleur's point, and this was what I was going to write today as we kind of get ready for them to go back to practice tomorrow, is that.
And by the way, the Commanders have not looked anything like the team that didn't punt, it seemed, through the whole second half of the season last year.
Right, exactly. And so, LaFleur's point was, I don't want us playing our best football in September, which at first you're kind of like, well, you'd like them to play better football than they have, right, Matt? But his point is that he kind of builds in, especially in this day and age of what the NFL is, that there's going to be that level of inconsistency and things are going to happen that you don't think should happen or you're not expecting to happen. And that's exactly what has happened with this team. So I will say this, if they were, because one of the things that sticks with me, and Strofe has heard me mention this on multiple shows that we have, talking to Xavier McKinney the Thursday before the Dallas game, and him saying that he felt like there were a bunch of guys in the locker room who thought they'd won the Super Bowl by starting 2-0 was startling to me, because I thought this team isn't as young as it is chronologically because of all the experience it has, and I thought they would know better. And for one of your biggest leaders to deliver that public admonishment about a bunch of guys thinking they'd arrived and a bunch of guys thinking they were better than they are, I thought that was an incredible indictment. And I did not see that coming. And now that I've heard it, and now that they played the way they did defensively in Dallas, it makes me wonder, what exactly is this team going to be over the next 4 games, and then the 4 games after that, and then as they go down the stretch to the final 5 games.
And I think we've learned that Kyle and his boy Sheed just need to slow their roll a little bit. I think that's what we've learned.
Boy Sheed.
He didn't say anything this weekend, they tied.
All right, it is time for everyone's favorite segment. We have our mystery guest coming up at 11:10 because we're a little late. Normally our 7 at 11 mystery guest. We have our mystery guest coming up next.
Wait a minute. We got a couple things. You got to get Jason off the line.
I know. Thanks, Jason.
And then also you got to tell him about our great
I will.
Relax,
Kyle, it's not my first day. Not my first day.
Just making sure, you know.
Not my first day.
I'm a bad producer,
just keeping
so I got to do
people
extra.
listening through and watching through all of this. There you go. Thanks, Jason. Enjoy the rest of your bye week.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
And one team that never has a bye week is the team at Groover Law Offices. They are always on call for you because one call, that's all, means anytime, 24/7. A team in Wisconsin dedicated to you for 35 plus years, over 10,000 people helped. Groover Law Offices everywhere because one call, that's all, is not a marketing gimmick or slogan. It is a way of life, which means you're going through an injury, you're going through something that you never expected to go through, and you have a team working for you who has done it tons of times. That's how they're able to support all of the teams, events, organizations that you care about. Remember, with Gruber Law Offices, it's one call. That's all.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. Professional athletes trust Neurospine Center of Wisconsin, including baseball, where surgeon Dr. Brandon Rebels helped get Milwaukee's MVP back on the field for a stellar season. We can help you too, with the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes. You can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
Dude, did you order the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I never looked so good.
You look the same.
But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me.
You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever, with eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Best 5G source root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all offers. See Verizon.com for details.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, it's a Bucks Pod Fest with the hosts of the Eurostep podcast. Find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Aside from a house or a car specifically, what is the most expensive thing you own? Wendy?
A car.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name.
Alligator.
Name something that's better than being rich.
4. Besides a bird, something in a bird cage.
Hamster.
Something that comes with a summer storm.
Snow.
Something Russia's famous for, Bob.
Russians.
Something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house. Rob.
Naked grandma.
Reason you might stay indoors on a beautiful day.
Because it's raining?
Name something you might buy that could turn out to be phony.
Yeah, a horse.
Name a time that most people get up.
In the morning.
A time most people go to bed.
At night.
This is the 7 at 11 on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
Did our mystery guest forget? I can't see when the screen goes green.
Nope,
here on the
the
call
mystery
center.
guest, though, is just receiving the call-in number.
Hey, mystery guest.
Now, after many very...
Somebody's calling, Craig.
I know, I see the number calling.
Go ahead, grab it.
After many... Oh, wait, you're grabbing? Okay, I'm
I'm
grabbing.
going to have you grab it. Put it on hold.
Yep, all right.
On hold.
The mystery guest is on hold.
Good.
After many trips that Strophy has made to Trader Joe's and people just stopping him, saying, I love mystery guest, when it's coming back on the carbless talking text line where less is more every week. People saying, when is mystery guest coming back? We've decided to bring back mystery guest this week. Remember the rules. You, Kyle Wallace, and Alex Strofe, Greg Scalzo was off this week, get 7 no's. So they continue to ask yes, no questions. When they get a no, it counts. And when they get 7 no's, they lose. Or they guess who our mystery guest is before they get to 7 no's. We bring in our mystery guest, who I encourage the mystery guest to not say a lot of things. Don't say hello to people. Don't engage. Feel free to disguise your voice. Strophy, you get the first question here.
Good morning, mystery guest.
See, mystery guest is locked in.
Very good.
That's a locked-in mystery guest.
Very good by the mystery guest. Oh, we got to laugh, though. We got to laugh. That's a good start. Mystery guest, first question for you is, have you lived or worked in the state of Wisconsin?
Yes.
Do you currently live or work in the state of Wisconsin?
Yes.
Do you
Wait, do you now not think it's Adam Sandler?
I am under the impression it's not Adam Sandler. Yeah. This person is not performing at the Pfizer Forum tonight, but I could ask that question still.
Okay. No, don't ask that question. I feel like it might be Brewers related.
Yeah, I'm going to go with, do you work in professional sports?
Yes.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah, we do.
Sophia Minner, good morning.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
I could have asked a question about being Jackson Chorio's translator, which I saw you got thrusted into earlier this week. Well done by you.
Sophia,
it was really easy.
Sophia, first of all, you are big
That was
time.
too quick.
You are big time when you are the least mysterious mystery guest. I mean, how about that?
That was
been
the
doing it
fastest
forever.
ever. Fastest ever.
Wait, so
I was going to say that was what, like 3 questions?
I literally,
That was quick.
As soon as you spoke and you said yes, I said, "Oh, this is Brewers. This has got to be Sophia."
Well, when I hear your voice 155 times a year, I think you know.
Yes. Sophia, I guess start out. Tell us the Jackson Churio story from this week, and then we'll get into the Jackson Churio story from yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot going on this week, as you guys know. So Friday for the workouts, the staff was having meetings, and so the normal translator, Daniel DeMondesert, he was in one of the staff meetings doing, going through reports and everything for the CUBS series before game 1. And, Danny was tied up in the meeting, and Jackson was at his scheduled time to do the media. And I honestly didn't even have to do anything, because I sat there for one question, which Freddie Peralta very kindly answered, and then Danny was free and available. So I got kicked off the stage, which was great. So it was a very easy shift for me.
Yeah, well, you would think it was a very easy shift for Jackson Churio if he was only going to play 2 innings in a game yesterday, but it was about as memorable of a 2 innings as you could ever remember, with 3 hits and a hamstring injury. What can you tell us about Jackson from what you learned during and after the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we were all really concerned, right, at that point. He had missed a month in August with a hamstring injury, and just like the way he pulled up, you couldn't tell if it was like hamstring, if it was maybe the way he had landed on the bag, because he was, just hauling to get to first base. And then, because of the score, too, you were wondering, like, is this more precautionary, or is this, something serious about him re-aggravating the injury? So, Murph confirmed during the game in the interview on TBS that it was the hamstring. Got more information after the game, obviously more testing and MRI and all things considered, I think things are pretty encouraging for Jackson. He seemed like he was in a better place after the game. They're going to do a workout at the field later today, and then obviously you've got until 8 o'clock tomorrow to make a decision about whether he could be back in the lineup or not. So I think just how he feels today will determine a lot. He'll get a lot of treatment. Obviously we would all love to have Jackson back in the lineup, but we'll just see how he's feeling. I think it was too early to tell yesterday. And again, we'll kind of see how the next 24, 36 hours play out for him.
And we've said this team obviously won 14 in a row without him, and whether he's the most important player or not, this team has shown it can sustain through so many things. And that's where I want to go to, is just this team and this year. And, I sent you all a text one night because you've all been together now for a while, and you have a pretty special broadcast group. And then to experience a season like this, I mean, what was the 2025 season like for you to experience?
Honestly, this has probably been just like the most fun season. And I think in a lot of ways, obviously we hope there's still a lot left to go, but in a lot of ways, I think just so rewarding, maybe, like to just watch them and everything that they've had to overcome and really become a real team. It's a really selfless group. And look, you went from a historically bad start. I don't think we need to recap what happened in the first 4 games, but it was a historically bad start. And then you think about the last game of the season, and they come away with their 97th win and a franchise record. And I just think, like, if you would have told this group in April, right, that would be the story, I'm not sure a lot of people would have believed you. Things were rough in April. And it primarily was just because of injuries. It was not a team that was at full strength, and so it was a matter of just like, okay, just like tread water, right? Just like stay in the fight, tread water. Guys coming up and getting great opportunities. I think of people like Chad Patrick and Isaac Collins, and all the injuries that were happening with the pitching staff. Jose Quintana getting back in there. You knew Brandon Woodruff was going to get back into the mix at some point. And then the pieces just started to come together. And then it was really after Memorial Day that things just took off. They put together that 8-game winning streak, and it felt like there was real momentum there. And, I think the run that they put together of June, July, and August was some of the best Brewers baseball, frankly, that this organization has ever seen. I think for the fans, like, how could you not love what this team did in those months? It felt like you just showed up to the ballpark and you were expecting this team to win every night. And the fun part was, like, you didn't know how or why or who was going to be the guy that night. And that was really cool too. Just all the individual performances that emerged to put together those winning streaks. And yeah, it's been a really incredible ride. And I really hope that fans, have enjoyed it as much as we have.
Chatting with Sophia Minnaert, who was part of that run. So we all experienced that, but talk about what it's like with your FanDuel Sports Network team, because that's a group that's been together, and Brian Anderson, ducks in and out sometime with some of his other responsibilities, but you have such a great broadcast that we've all gotten to watch. And now, Sophia, part of the Brewers Radio Network postseason broadcast, so we'll get into that. But what has it been like to be part of that TV broadcast team on FanDuel Sports Network?
Yeah, it's been so fun, and BA and Rock and I, we've now done 13 seasons together, which is crazy. We've been together a long time, and they are really like family. We have so much fun together, and I think, honestly, the best compliment that we can get is exactly what you just said, of like, I hope fans, enjoy watching our games. I hope, we keep it about the team. It's definitely not about us. We're such a small part of it. But I hope I hope when they watch our games, I hope they can sense like how much we all genuinely love doing this job, how much we love covering these games. The fun that we have on the air, the banter we have back and forth, like that's all real and authentic. And I hope people feel that. And I think that's the best compliment that we can get is when people say that, that it's like, we're having fun. We really enjoy this. We enjoy doing this together. It's baseball, it is supposed to be fun. And obviously when you have a great team to cover, that makes life even better. So, we've been together for 13 seasons. Jeff Levering has stepped up as the primary TV person now with BA's national responsibilities. And, Jeff does over 100 games with us now on TV and then obviously on radio when he's not with us. And, he's been in the organization for 10 years now too. So I think to have that kind of continuity is really special. I think that shows up on the air. And it's something, honestly, I don't take for granted because above all else, they're just phenomenal people. And I'm just super, super grateful that I get to work with those guys every day.
Best in the business. Love to hear it, Sophia. For those of us that weren't in the building yesterday, bring us there. What was the atmosphere like? I mean, obviously, we're in the middle of the golden era of Brewers baseball. We've had playoff games. We've had playoff series at American Family Field. But against the rival, it just seemed like it was a little bit different. Bring us inside AmFam Field yesterday, Sophia.
Yeah, look, I think yesterday, 10 out of 10, no notes. It was such an incredible day, honestly. Could you have asked for a better day if you were a Brewers fan? First of all, just beautiful day, weather, roof open. You could just such great energy. I think we were all curious, right, what the crowd was going to be like. First postseason matchup between these rivals and all the storylines. And you got a sense early that it was going to be a Brewers dominant crowd. I mean, of course, Cubs fans are going to find their way in, but I think you just got the feeling as people were coming in and, walking around the concourse and stuff, it was just it felt like a true home game, and it was just heavy Brewers fans, which was awesome. And they showed up big time. And I think the start of the game, right? All right, Freddie gives up the leadoff home run. You kind of got a sense right away, too, of how many Cubs fans were there, the introductions, of course. And then, the first inning, it's within 6 pitches, 3 straight doubles, a lead, they're right back in it. And then, the Blake Perkins at-bat was the moment of the day.
Wait. Let's stop, Sophia. Because when I said the Blake Perkins moment was the moment of the day after they each guessed 5 other moments of the day.
You asked us the player of the game.
I said what was the biggest at-bat and what was the biggest play that made the difference. And you guys guessed
You said player.
I mean, you guys were guessing things that happened in the 8th inning before you got to.
Stop it.
Yeah,
now you're being insincere.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Now you're lying.
I mean, Sophia, that was a big time at bat.
Big time, AB.
Oh, that at bat, I mean, incredible. An 11-pitch battle. He stayed in it. Blake's been through a lot this season. And then, it's just there was already so much pressure in that inning, right? I think he was the 7th hitter of the inning. And for him to have that at bat and deliver that and just that immediate, Boyd's out of the game, the crowd is going crazy. They're already into their bullpen. They flipped the game upside down. It was such a great moment. I know it's something Blake will never forget. And he was really awesome talking about it after the game with me on the field. And then, in the media room as well of just how much the fans were into that inning. And it was just relentless, right? That was a peak Brewers offensive inning right there of what they were able to do and get that big lead and just never looked back, right? It just changed the whole game.
Yeah, so I just assumed that Quinn Priester was going in Game 2, but I looked at my trusty ESPN app and it says Brewers starting pitcher for Game 2, undecided right now. Is that are we still looking at that? Are we officially undecided right now on who's going for Game 2?
We are officially in to be announced. Yes, yeah. They the Brewers didn't announce a Game 2 starter. The Cubs haven't announced a Game 2 starter. I think when you're looking at the Cubs, it could be Shota Imanaga because he would be lined up on regular rest. There are obviously a lot of questions after the game about starting Matthew Boyd on 3 days rest. I think, frankly, former Brewer Aaron Cervalli really saved the Cubs with the length that he gave them. Otherwise, they would have had to go much deeper into their bullpen. Right, out of the bullpen, not lost on anyone.
Full circle.
And as for the Brewers, they have not announced a starter. Quinn, we know Quinn's going to start or pitch in this series at some point. could be tomorrow, could be game 3. We don't know. So, they some of this is also like they've got their plans, and some of it's a little bit like, let the Cubs wonder a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sophia, before we let you go, Sophia, now part of the Brewers radio network. I was at the game yesterday, so I didn't get to listen much, but tell us about what, coming to hang with us on the radio side of the Brewers radio network now.
Well, I was just in the radio booth. I was not on the air yesterday.
Oh, okay. I
I
heard the mention, so I didn't know what was going on. I thought they were getting some reports from you in the booth there.
No. I was just I was obviously with FanDuel, the national networks take over, so we're not on the air. I'm just doing coverage for the Brewers on their digital platforms. So obviously you can keep up with that there. But yeah, I was sitting in the radio booth with the guys yesterday because I like to listen to them call the game, and so I sit in the back with Kent and with Josh, and it's great place to watch the game.
Well, be careful, because once we heard your name mentioned, I think we already sold like 3 sponsors of you joining the Brewers radio network by game 2. So
I heard Ken Sommerfeld's already got the mic for you.
So don't be surprised. You know how we are at Good Karma. We'll sell the sponsorship of everything. Sophia, we couldn't thank you enough. We know how busy it's been. It has just been such a joy to watch you and your team on FanDuel Sports Network bring the games all season long, and to see you on the field after all these wins. Hope there's, I guess, 10 more. Is that the math we're doing these days?
Yeah, 10 more.
More. All right. Well, thank you so much, Sophia.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, Sophia.
There she is.
Good mystery guest. Nice job.
Well timed. Solid.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, knowing you, as soon as I heard a female voice, I said, I've got to be Brewers related, Sophia.
Knowing me, I mean, your first question was going to be, did you stab
did you get stabbed in Indianapolis?
Did you get stabbed in Indianapolis last night?
On Mark Sanchez. I thought maybe he would be our mystery guest. I liked that one better, though.
Okay, well, let's figure out what happened with Mark Sanchez. I believe Strophy's got the official report for us.
Perfect for a short segment coming up next.
Oh, there you go. It's Sunday Karma.
To be a producer.
Sunday, I'm sure it's really relevant for people watching and listening to know that it's a short segment coming up. That he continues to be the worst producer in the game.
I mean,
it's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Students can't prepare for future jobs they don't know exist. At Junior Achievement, we help students meet their future selves. With the support of Manpower Group and volunteers from all walks of life, JA programs help young people explore careers, build resumes, and envision bold futures. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you played the rest. Now play the best.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on gallon selected varieties Prairie Farms white milk, $3.99. 18 to 24.6 ounce selected varieties Vandy Camp's fish, $4.49. 9.5 to 10.75 ounce selected varieties Hostess mini donuts, $1.99. 16 to 24 ounce selected varieties Ragu pasta sauce, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh, no. Never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, oh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
Best Marquette games ever, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Most memorable ever, if you consider the most famous postgame photo, February 5th, 1974, 59-58, Marquette over Wisconsin on a last-second 20-foot shot by Maurice Lucas. The still famous photo has a joyous Al McGuire jumping on the scorer's table, and the father of the opposing team's talented twin sons responding with a half a peace sign of the middle finger. And Maurice Lucas saying, Coach Al would have been hiding under that table if I had made that shot. After a year of uncertainty, most employers are reluctant to make changes to their health insurance plans. A level funding medical insurance plan may be the answer you've been looking for. Find out how a level funding plan can cut your costs. For more information, call Eric Pearson at Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Eric Pearson, Level Funding. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Milwaukee, it's officially time for October baseball. The energy is electric, the city is buzzing, and there's no better way to celebrate than with Carbless. Carbless is the ready-to-drink cocktail that keeps fans cheering. No sugar, full of flavor, and always refreshingly delicious. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, celebrating downtown, or gathering with friends at home, Carbless is your go-to for every big hit, every clutch play, and every Brewers moment. So crack open a Carbless, raise it high, and toast to October baseball in Milwaukee, because nothing goes better with the big stage in baseball than finding your bliss. Visit drinkcarbless.com and see where Carbless is located nearest to you.
Hey, it's Brian Balaga. Find the Homer Hour on the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
I love the way you eat gravel to help you digest.
It is Sunday, and it is Alex Stroh from my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits. We've got no Green Bay on today, which means you're probably kicking back, maybe grilling some stuff out on a beautiful Sunday. Maybe you should mix it up with Door County Distillery, whether it's their rums, their whiskeys, their gins, their vodkas, their brandies, and your old fashions, whatever you got to mix up on a Sunday. Use our friends at Door County Distillery. Available all over the state of Wisconsin, Madison, Milwaukee, any of the in-betweens. Check out their website, doorcountydistillery.com. Find the retailer nearest you. Pick it up. Make the right choice this Sunday. Mix it up with Door County Distillery. Visit their website, doorcountydistillery.com.
10th man at the plate. Churio down in the count 1-2. Soroka's pitch. Line drive and into left, a base hit. Frelick scores. Perkins coming home. He scores. A sixth spot at the bottom of the first for the Brew Crew.
What a day it was yesterday at American Family Field as the Brewers rolled to a Game 1 win over the Cubs. What a day! What a night it'll be tonight at Fiserv Forum as Adam Sandler returns once again.
You like these songs?
Adam Sandler's brilliant.
I mean, with these like all these songs,
not all of them are my favorites, but
So what is his set tonight? Is it some stand-up comedy mixed in with some music?
I hope it's
a little bit of both.
So usually it's a. Why do you hope you're not even going to be there?
No,
Kyle.
I hope he's not singing this. I hope he's doing a stand-up. I like his stand-up.
He does a lot of songs.
That's part of the stand-up.
Have you played the Chris Farley song?
What is the Farley song?
Pull it up.
What is it called?
The Farley song.
The Farley song. It didn't pop up when I was searching clean songs from Adam Sandler. The Farley song.
Yeah. Gosh, it's very emotional, but as is at a medium pace, which you should not look up. But it'll.
I thought you were talking about something moving at a medium pace, not a song.
No, that is one of his original songs from "They're All Going to Laugh at Me" that we would be listening to in high school.
You're a huge Sandler fan.
Yeah.
You have been forever.
Yeah.
Have you met Sandler?
No.
Never.
No.
Will you be meeting him tonight?
Not that I'm aware of.
You didn't
Not
buy
that
meet
you're
and grits?
whoa, not that you're aware of.
Yeah,
Must be
what
nice.
does that
I
mean?
didn't go to the Drake concert and say, not that I'm aware
that I'm aware of.
By the way, I dressed as Drake to a birthday party last night.
Oh, wow.
What is that? Wait, hold on. You had pickup duties and a birthday party yesterday?
Yeah.
And a Brewers game.
Yes.
You're the busiest man in America.
I'm not, but
You get so uncomfortable when I ask you about your life.
because nobody cares.
That's not true.
Nobody cares.
800-990-3776. Tell us you care.
Okay.
Because I know they do.
Yep. All right. Let's see. When the phones explode, wanting to hear like what I'm doing, like if I use my irrigator or if I just brush my teeth or if I floss. Like,
All right,
you
hold
know.
on.
Make sure you floss.
Time out. What's an irrigator?
Yeah, well, I thought it was irrigator for like a lawn.
I did too.
I didn't know it was
But
an
he was
irrigator
referring
for
for something
lawn.
with-
Is that the
No.
little machine, the toothpick thing?
Like the water pick.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Why don't
called
you
an
call it a
irrigator?
water pick?
Because it's an irrigator. I think that's.
I think people knew that.
I don't know. I mean, you don't know what a monogram is. Different people know what different words
I
are.
do now.
Oh, you didn't know what a monogram
Well,
was.
Craig
That's
came in. I was filling in on
surprising.
Jen Gabe and Chewy a couple weeks ago, and he comes in here wearing a bunch of stuff
Touchdown
with his
with
initials.
25 seconds left.
Oh.
Carson Wentz to Jordan Addison
What we couldn't do, huh?
on a big time drive. They get
Wow.
all the way in. That puts
got bits, too.
Minnesota up 20-17. I believe your point spread, Kyle, was 3.5. So this extra point for the Vikings
Give you a half point.
could give them the lead 21-17
On the
with
great
25
cover five,
seconds
Abner.
left. This is a big extra point, obviously, because if it stays a 3-point game, the Browns would have a chance to tie the game in London and
Is Rich
potentially make
Bisaccia
it
their special teams coach?
and
'Cause if so, it's
potentially
getting
make
blocked.
it where 3 NFL games in a row. Oh no, I guess it would be 3 out of 4 would go to overtime, or 3 out of 5 because there were 2 Monday night games. But you had a Sunday night game go to overtime, end in a tie. Then you had the Rams game against the Niners go to overtime Thursday night, and now the Vikings do, in fact, after a missed field goal earlier, convert on their extra point. It is 21-17.
Oh no, we're not gonna. We're supposed
No
to
overtime
talk
here.
We're supposed to talk about.
Well, I know. We'll see if Dylan Gabriel can bring the Browns back, and we'll see what we can learn about Mark Sanchez and what went down in Indianapolis as we continue. And no one called. No one cares about me brushing my teeth. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Big Ten football returns to Madison this fall. The Wisconsin Badgers battle Iowa, Ohio State, Washington, and others to defend Camp Randall this season. From the grind of every snap to the roar of jump around, Badgers leave it all on the field. Be a part of all the tradition Wisconsin football has to offer. Single game tickets are available now at uwbadgers.com or by calling 1-800-GO-BADGERS. Together, we're Wisconsin like that.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit
charges by Indianapolis police. What have you and your investigative team been able to uncover on this story of Mark Sanchez, former USC and NFL quarterback, now Fox game analyst?
Yes. So my Detective Strofe has been on the case, trying to figure out what the heck happened. So what I have found out was that he was staying at a hotel in downtown Indianapolis. He was at a bar.
Was he at the Marriott, or do we know? I feel like that there's that big Marriott where I feel like everyone stays in Indianapolis.
I don't know if he was at the Marriott, but he was at a pub and eatery downtown.
Yep.
At an Indianapolis bar where he was allegedly served quite a bit.
Okay.
He was outside acting erratic and participating in wind sprints in a back alley.
Okay, Kyle, you're a former football player, so you can identify with Mark Sanchez. Sometimes, like when you get a little drunk, you're on a road trip. Do you and the boys just start doing some wind sprints in the back alleys?
When you are a former athlete, I believe you still think you've got it, and then that is exactly what it sounds like.
So maybe like someone was like, "Yo, you were slow. You were a quarterback," and he's like, "Oh, I'm fast. I'm gonna beat you."
Yeah, you got a little.
Okay, so it just seems fun, fun and games.
So he's by himself participating in wind sprints.
Wait, you're saying by himself?
He was alone, yes.
Oh, so he was. Oh, Kyle. Now that
he wasn't with the boys.
But was he racing anybody?
No, he was just doing wind sprints by himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was talking.
This
to himself
according to Fox 59 in Indianapolis.
Now that sounds a little different, right?
So
Kyle's.
He got too many concussions. Remember, he ran into the back of the lineman.
Oh, I hope it's not concussion related, but it also, we don't know any other substances at this point.
Other than alcohol, no. Okay, so he was drinking and acting erratically at Lau Miller's Pub and Eatery in downtown Indianapolis. There's an alley behind it. He's doing wind sprints there.
Yep.
Okay, couple minutes later, which is right next to the Indianapolis Marriott downtown hotel, by the way. Nice call, Craig. A grease truck parks in said alley shortly after midnight.
Okay,
not a delivery truck, which was first initially
So the grease trucks, where I grew up in New Jersey at Rutgers University, there were like 10 grease trucks, and you would just go there to get late night. They were like a food truck, but they were called grease trucks because of this, the type of food they served.
Sure. So the grease truck parks in this alley.
Okay.
Sanchez approaches the truck and says, "Move." The driver says he does not want. He's not going to move.
Okay.
Then, according to surveillance video, quote, Sanchez is seen running after the man, and the video shows Mr. Sanchez grabbing and throwing the man toward the wall of the Westin. So a scuffle broke out. Sanchez is a 6'2", 230-pound man. Okay? He's a big guy. He starts.
I think that's one thing that people forget. It's the way, like with the NBA, like you'll see a 6'3" guard on TV and you'll not realize just how tall they are because they're surrounded by 7-footers. In the NFL, because of the offensive linemen being so big, I think you forget how big these quarterbacks are. So Mark Sanchez is a big guy.
So he is beating up the 38-year-old Sanchez, beating up a 69-year-old driver.
Whoa! Had we said 69-year-old before?
I had not yet. No.
He had to get stabbed.
So the 69-year-old grease truck driver then used mace to try to get Sanchez away from him.
Restrain him, yeah.
It didn't work. It only angered him further, which then led to the man stabbing him, quote, 2 or 3 times.
In the stomach or where? Do you know?
In the chest.
In the chest?
Yeah.
Was going for dead. Trying to kill him.
I was going to say, if you're a 69-year-old guy and an NFL quarterback, I know he's not still active, but he's probably, what is he, 38?
He's 38.
So according to the affidavit, after being stabbed 2 or 3 times, the former athlete, quote, stared at him with a look of shock, end quote, before turning around and heading out of the alley. But there was a blood trail, which ultimately led police to find him. He was transported to a local hospital in critical condition, had emergency surgery, but is now stable.
Critical condition.
When he was arrested by Indianapolis police and now has been charged with 3 misdemeanors.
That's really sad. I mean, like, it's, obviously we were laughing a little bit, but what a sad story that is.
Wacky
of like
story.
What, the wackiness is what led to the last one. What a sad story that is. And again, hope that obviously the guy who was attacked, I guess we didn't hear about his condition. We hope that he's doing okay. And then we hope that Mark Sanchez, whatever could have led to him getting in that kind of condition, if he needs some kind of help on that, we hope he gets it. And it is great to hear that he is in stable condition. We are 10 minutes away from one of the games of the day. Kyle, are we willing to say that right here? Broncos, Chargers? Oh, Broncos-Eagles. Oh.
Broncos-Eagles. It's better.
I was thinking it was an AFC West matchup. Broncos-Eagles.
Fun game.
That could be a Super Bowl preview. I mean, I think we all see Bo Nix the way he's playing. That could be a Super Bowl preview.
Played well last week.
Coming up in 10 minutes right here on ESPN Wisconsin. But first, we'll have our Palermo's picks next. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Marquette family is hurting. 2 men's lacrosse student athletes were tragically taken far too soon in an accident that has shaken the entire community.
In the face of unimaginable loss, this team continues to show strength, love, and resilience,
embodying what it truly means to be part of the Marquette family.
Now they need us.
You can support the team through the Men's Lacrosse Excellence Fund, with every dollar going to help them during this time of unprecedented challenge.
Find the link to help pinned to ESPN Milwaukee's Twitter page.
We are Marquette.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature.
Will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a ball.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Big ideas deserve a big story and the right audience. At Saturn Lounge, we bring your marketing to life with branding, websites, digital marketing, and video storytelling that stands out from the crowd. Whether it's a TV spot, a campaign, or content built to connect, Saturn Lounge is where strategy meets creativity. From the first spark of an idea to the final cut, we're here to make your message shine across every platform. Ready to make your marketing a success? Step into the spotlight with Saturn Lounge, your launchpad for bigger, better marketing. To tell the world your story, visit SaturnLounge.com today.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School open house is Sunday, October 12th. Become part of the CMH tradition and make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on October 12th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. Awarded for academic excellence, a rich tradition of athletic success, and an experience rooted in faith. Find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet the faculty and coaches, learn all about the opportunities available for your student. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We are going to grind out at bats. You have to throw quality pitches in order to get us out. And then once we get on the base paths, you have to worry about us. It's a different brand of baseball.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin. Presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Did you just say that off the air?
He did, yes.
Yes, I say it all the time.
Why off the air? Why
I
not
just
say it
want
on
to put
the
it
air?
in your ear because maybe you can talk about it.
You talk about it.
The barbecue chicken pizza is second to none.
What is it? Which brand?
Is
it Screaming Sicilian?
No,
Is
it's
it
not Screaming Sicilian.
Is it Urban Pie?
It's Connie's.
Is it Connie's?
I think it's Connie's.
Palermo's?
Yeah, I just look for Palermo's and I see the barbecue chicken pizza they told me about, and I'm addicted to it. When I say I'm addicted to it, it was $5 at Syndic's, and I literally bought 3 of them bags.
Well, we are back with you in the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios and taking you up until kickoff of the NFL Week 5. But they forgot to schedule a game for the Green Bay Packers, so they won't be playing this week, nor will the Chicago Bears. They both lose a half game to those rascally Minnesota Vikings, who are behind the Packers in the standings
it's updated
at
now.
3-2. As the Packers have that 625 win percentage.
Thank God for that tie.
The Vikings have the 600 winning percentage. Both teams 1-0 in the division. Obviously, the Vikings.
You're joking about the tie, but watching that game on Sunday, I actually was relieved that we came out with a tie.
The next to last play you were.
Sure.
When he dropped back to pass.
The fact there was a second left in the clock. Thank you, clock operator. Sure, I was a little bit relieved.
Yeah.
But it's so unfulfilling when you stay up until 11:30 p.m. to not get a result.
So you would have rather lost?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, you're crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're Craig, test him.
That's crazy.
Well, we saw it. You saw it in person on Thursday night, right? Sean McVay goes for the win.
Smart call. Not the good play call, but the smart decision.
He is without a doubt looking at what Green Bay did and said, "I don't want to go down like that."
He is not looking at what Green Bay did.
There's without a doubt in my mind that was taught. That was film that was used all over the league this week.
No.
If you're in this situation, don't do that.
No. You're saying then they had a tie. They didn't want a tie.
You've got one play.
Right. I'm saying
to make one call.
Right, but
do you want to go for the win, or
it was 4th and 1 at the 11. No, 4th and 1 from the 11. Anyone's going for it in any situation. The analytics would tell you to go.
I agree. The analytics
in any
would tell you
spot.
that, but would everybody do it?
If that was the last play of regulation, if there were 2 seconds left, then you kick the field goal to go to overtime. But that was a no-brainer decision that Sean McVay had. Right, that's what I'm saying. The only time 4th and 1 from the 11 you would ever kick that field goal
is to go for the tie.
Is if it was 2 seconds left in regulation send it to overtime. There's no other scenario where you kick that field goal. You go for it. McVay just handed it up the middle to Kyron Williams when there were a lot of other plays that would have been a lot better to get the 1 yard there.
Sure. Can we share our quick picks of the week?
Yes. What do you got?
Mine was going to be the Browns covering.
Wait, Kyle, we talked about this last week.
We literally did this last week.
And then you asked to do the picks of the week, and then you're doing a pick of a game that already happened. How is that of any value to anyone?
I hand up to me. I didn't have my picks open.
So then why did you just ask to do the picks?
My cover 5 pick of the week. The Giants are 1.5-point underdogs on cover 5 at the New Orleans Saints. I love Jackson Dart.
I have the Giants there too. The game to me, I think the Dolphins might be a little better now. I don't think they're good, but against Carolina, I don't think that's the toughest place to go on the road.
Vegas covering at Indy. That's mine.
I know Tyreek Hill is out. Indy? Even without Tyreek Hill, I think the Dolphins get the job done on the road. Their defense has looked better to me. They did a good enough job against the sloppy Jets team.
2 teams
last
I don't
week.
want to touch.
All right, stay healthy, stay together, survive today, thrive tomorrow. You have been listening to Sunday Karma. We will remind you, don't settle, and we will tell you that the Broncos and Eagles are coming up next. Kyle, send us out.
Peace.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
Pitch by pitch, inning by inning, game by game. Watching the Crew is a 162-game journey of grit, hard work, talent, and determination. Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. We're with you on your journey as well. Your hard work and money deserve